Back here at Century Mile for the road to the Kentucky Derby. I missed you. We didn't do a video last week.
No Derby preps last week.
No Derby preps last week. Just the big one on the schedule this weekend. It comes at Gulfstream Park in the Fountain of Youth. What's a huge day there. The first race, Mountain Standard Time, is at 9:30 a.m. There's 14 races to get through. 10 of them are stakes, almost $2 million in purse money in just those stakes races alone. 6 straight stakes to end the card: the Devona Dale, the Gulfstream Park Mile, the Canadian Turf, the Mac Diarma, and the Fountain of Youth to finish things off. So should be an interesting day. We're going to focus in on the Fountain of Youth, which is going 1 mile and a 16th there at Gulfstream Park. Grade 2, of course, you get the Derby points on the line. A very key race. Of course, the Florida Derby has been ultra productive the last few years, but this is the race to get you into that spot.
Yeah, a lot of these will be moving on to the Florida Derby. There's a few of them that are definitely trying this spot, though. Like, I know they were talking this was only be 7, 8. Green Light Go came out, and then all of a sudden here comes Macabum, and the Falcon takes a shot, and all these other horses take a shot, and you got a 12-pack of them. And
I think it's great.
Yeah, no, it's great. But there's 3 horses that look significantly faster than everything else.
Yes, there's no question. There's probably a handful that are cut above the rest. I think the most unfortunate part, luck of the draw, but you get a couple horses stuck on the outside here in the 11 and 12 who might have had better shots than some 50-to-1ers that are drawn down towards the inside. That's Ete Indian, and a horse we may or may not see in the 12th chance it.
Yeah, we'll see what Safi Joseph decides to do. They might go to Oakland, I guess. They could change their plan totally, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him if they get 1 or 2 out here, and he'll stay here and go. But
yeah, there was talk, or he was mentioning earlier this week, that he was considering all the options on the table, whether they did want to stay or go or look somewhere else. So let's dig into the race. We've kind of focused against horses in this spot lately, and it's the big. I think the morning line's a little high.
Yeah,
I think he drops 2-1 for Dennis's Moment, who's looked like a freak in the mornings. But a race we've tried to play against in the British Cup Juvenile.
Yeah, no, nobody from the British Cup Juvenile has been worth anything at all. Storm the Courts got beat. Anu Dior got beat.
And he was 4-5.
Yeah, no, these horses have just taken a beating. Dennis Moment, did he really run in the Breeders' Cup? That's kind of the question. Like, he stumbles. He never really runs. He might have won it by 7, but
he's had some problems along the way. I mean, his debut, obviously, Clip Teals lost the rider there. So he's more experienced maybe as 4 races do.
He's done lots of things. And if he's ready to roll.
He has looked great. I mean, in the races he has won, though. Yeah. Obviously broke the maiden by 19 there at Ellis. Came back to win nicely there in the Iroquois. But what he's done this year on the track has been nothing short of sensational. Like 58 and change, 5 furlong drills every week. Flavian Prat takes over for the first time. Another thing you mentioned,
he's got hurt.
You mentioned the 4th rider though in as many starts for this guy.
Yeah, 4th rider in 5 starts. Jose Ortiz fractured his wrist last week, and
he's missing the Saudi Cup.
Yeah, $20 million on. I guess that'll be Saturday morning as well. But this is a horse that, if he gets the pace in front of him, which it looks like he should, and he's ready to go, he's going to be pretty tough.
I think you said this a few weeks ago. You would use him defensively.
Oh, how do you use a horse like this defensively?
What's he going to be? Is he 4-5? Is he 2-1? He will not be higher than 2-1.
He will be under 7-5. You will get more.
If Chances scratches, he's
370.
Yeah, so probably a little less than that. So a horse you want to use. I don't know if he's a slam dunk.
Yeah, well,
is he slam dunk?
What do you think?
What's your opinion? That's what we're doing here.
Well, if I'm using him, he's the only one I'm using.
Right.
But if I've decided that there's holes in him, I'm not using him, and I'm probably not using him. I think he might be the best horse out of this race, and he might run second, he might run third, he might win this by 6, but at 350s, he can beat me.
So this is a horse that's run since November.
Yeah. Comes out of the Breeders' Cup.
Comes to the Breeders' Cup, not a productive race. Horses with racing fitness on him, some horses who've made some starts this year. I can probably go in your camp and say that I think you can beat him. Yeah, no,
I would suspect he's the best horse in the race. Whether he shows up today like that, we'll see. I'm sure Romans is trying to get him to peak in 8 weeks or 9 weeks or whatever it is now. So that's kind of the only question with him, and you're not going to get value.
No. So down towards the inside, you got a 15-1, a 50-1, a 30-1. I think the only interesting part of the one Candy Tycoon is that Johnny V does take off Candy Tycoon to ride Shotsky there for Jeremiah O'Dwyer.
Yeah, no, Shotsky, JR takes off. Shotsky ran the best race of anybody in the Withers. He did all the work.
So I don't think it says a whole lot.
I know you didn't like the Withers. No,
and I picked the winner.
Yeah, well, I know they staggered home, but it's New York in January. They don't run that fast.
Yeah.
Like, this horse did all the work. He's had the 2 mile and 8s on them. He's really hasn't done anything wrong. Like, how do you fault this horse? Maybe he's not as fast, but now he gets. I think I like this horse. This is probably my play in here.
10-1 in the morning line for Shotsky. 3 furlongs as they came home, 40 seconds, last 8th and 13
They
and
pulled the plugs.
3. Not pretty. I'm probably against him in this spot. Another interesting horse down on the inside. One we kind of kicked around beforehand here is the 7 Country Grammar for Chad Brown. Look through the family line, siblings, not a whole lot, some cheap claimers. They could almost give $500,000 for this guy.
He's got to be a grand-looking thing. Castellano, Chad Brown, drew off to win by 3 back in November, scratched out of the Remsen, hasn't been seen since. Another one that we'll see if he's super tight, but looks like he's got some upside. He beat Portos, who came back and ran 3rd in the Withers. So, well, if you don't want to judge the Withers, I know you don't like it, but this horse ran okay. He did everything right. He looks like he's going to keep going. The further they go is not going to hurt this horse. Again, I think he's another horse that's got a shot. He at least looks like he has enough talent to win it.
I think so. And if you're against Dennis Mullen, you probably want to go a few deep here anyways. If you want to cover is the 7 Country Grammar, Javier and Chad Brown. Don't think you want to get beat by them.
No.
Interesting one that you kind of touched on earlier. Leparoux rides for Rusty Arnold in the 8 Gear Jockey.
This horse just doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, he runs good on the grass at Saratoga, comes back and runs 3rd in the Bourbon, runs 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf at a crazy price, comes back at Gulfstream at the end of December and runs like the weirdest race you've ever seen. He's 4th, he moves up, makes this big move around the outside, gets in all this traffic, and then spits it out. But now they come back on the dirt. Like, there's 3-year-old grass races they could have found for this horse.
Is this the last kind of Derby dream shot, maybe?
Maybe, I guess you could say
He's still
that.
a maiden.
Yeah, like, there's so many reasons why this horse shouldn't be in here. But if this horse is actually that talented, he runs through the British Cup Juvenile Turf. Like, he's not a bad horse. He's just got to transfer it to the dirt and figure it out. But he's like, it's just weird that he's in here.
Speedy horse next to him is the 9 Liam's Lucky Charm for Ralph Nixon. Edgar Zayas won the Pasco at Tampa Bay 2 back. Kind of a non-effort in his latest.
Well, he broke through the gate, right? I think you can cross that race right out. He and Chancet have history. Like, they've gone back and forth in the Florida Stallion Stakes ranks. There's more speed here with Liam's Lucky Charm. I don't know if he's going to like all the other speed in here. And even from the 9 hole, he's going to have to get over because it's not that far into that turn.
No, it's pretty quick. And that was one thing that if you like Dennis's moment, probably going to get some pace to run out.
He's going to get some pace, and he's probably not going to be 6 wide going into the first turn like some of these things.
No, probably not. Next to him was the 10 Shotsky horse we touched on already. You didn't mind him off that second place effort last time out.
Yeah, no, he did nothing wrong in the Withers. Like, I think he ran a big race. Max Blair just had every dead aim at him. I don't know. This horse has always kind of been game to me, so I don't mind throwing him in.
New riders also on the 11 at Tay Indian. Florence Giroux rides for Patrick Biancone, 2nd in the Holy Bull last time with the prep for this race.
Yeah.
Nice win before that in his first try on dirt. Looks like a horse is kind of coming into his own. I don't think he has to have the lead. He can stalk, as you saw in his debut.
Yeah, so this is, if you think Tiz the Law is the Derby favorite right now, how do you not like
want to play?
Yeah, gets beat 3 lengths by Tiz the Law. Is he the better of the 2 Biancones between him and Solo Volante? Like, that's the other question you're going to ask. Did this horse stay home because of that? Or
I would imagine Solo Volante stays at Tampa.
Yeah, he'll be back for the Tampa Bay Derby, yeah. I'm sure. But this is another horse that's shown some speed. I don't know if he needs to be in front. But this is a horse that, if you like the Tiz the Law race, this is probably the horse to like.
Come back with a nice 48-second drill there. Best of the morning at Palm Meadows on February 26th. And 8-1 in the morning. Probably going to get a decent price on him, depending on what chance it does. I mean, if chance it scratches, probably the second choice, third choice-ish.
Yeah, this horse is going to take some money. Like, I think he's favored over Shotsky. He's favored over the 2 maiden breakers.
Right.
He'll be.
It's really just as seen on TV.
Yeah, I don't really know what is seen as TV because he comes out of the Mucho Macho Man. He had every right to go by Chancet and doesn't. Maybe it gets better going a little further.
Another pace factor.
Yeah, he's going to be up close again, though. Another horse that he's going to have to work it out. That doesn't do a ton for me. Like, he just ran an okay race, but the 3rd place finisher comes back to win the Sam F. Davis.
And that was Sol Volante, another horse you mentioned there with Patrick Biancone's training. The 12 horse, Chancet. If he goes, any interest?
I don't know. From the 12 hole, you have to be awfully good. We'll see what kind of price he is. I wonder how much that factors in. If he's 12 or 14 bucks, which he's probably not going to be.
No, I can't.
But if he's 8 or 9, I don't know. You don't like it's.
like I said, it's mile and 16, so it's a short run to the turn.
Yeah. He's going to be out there.
He's going to be, like you said about Dennis Simone, 6 wide. This guy could be 6 wide.
He's going to, like if he's tucking back and trying something brand new.
Yeah.
So you take your pick. Pick your poison on that one. But maybe they hustle him out and get really rolling, but then you really set yourself up to back out of it. But he's obviously pretty talented, and Safi Joseph literally could not be any hotter these days. Like he's absolutely dominating Florida right now. Gaffleon sticks aboard. He took off another horse in here to stay on.
Yeah.
He's logical.
Nice thing too with Chance is if you do like him, it sounds like we're both against him in this spot. You're actually going to get a price on him. He's been 3 to 5, 2 to 5, 1 to 5 his last few starts, and Dennis's Moment should get the money.
Dennis's Moment will take all the money in here. So at least Chance, he's going to be more than you've probably seen him in 6 months.
Right. So yeah, probably. Ever since his second career start when he broke his maiden, when he was 2 to 1 that day. So huge day of racing at Gulfstream Park on a Saturday. 14 races. The anchor of the entire day is the Fountain of Youth. Derby points on the line. Rob's going to
Shotsky.
Number 10, Shotsky. I'll throw with the 11 at Tay Indian. I do like the way he's coming into it, like the couple starts he's had on the dirt. Think he can continue to move forward. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is the 5, Dennis Simone. What do you do with him?
Yeah, so he's the big question. He's the one probably to watch and dictates how this race goes. And he might just be better than these, but we're going to try to beat him because
it's no hard taking shot.
Yeah.
Hard shot with a shot. We're going to go with the 7 Country Grammar.
Yeah, that'd be a horse I'd have to use.
15 to 1 in the morning line, JJ and Chad Brown. But Shotsky for Rob. I'm going to go Ete Indian as we head down that road to the Kentucky Derby. First Saturday in May is coming up. It's almost March.
Yeah, I know. And we're back next week. Century Downs kicks off next week.
Century Downs kicks off March 8th. Horses are back on track here, training every morning. So it's starting to be that exciting time of the year.
Yeah, it's starting to finally get out of the dulls of winter. And I think
the -20s are hopefully behind us.
Yeah, every week kind of gets closer and closer to everything.
That's all we have here for today. Good luck at the big Gulfstream Park Cardigan. 14 races. First one goes 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. Good luck.